we have the perimeter of the house done, and we also have a line drawn that we will eventually be using as the wall that separates the family room kitchen area from the living dining area. So I'm going to keep this line because I'm going to use it later on. Now, I understand that most of the walls we normally build are 3.5 inches for 2x4 studs or 5.5 inches for 2x6 studs. But just to make your life easier, when we draw our walls, we will be using 6 inches for the walls. So right now I'm showing the outside perimeter of the house. What I'd like to do is to take these lines, join them into a polyline, and then offset these by 6 inches on the inside. So I'm going to go up to say Modify, Object, Polyline. I'm going to pick one of the lines. I read the prompt. It says, the object you selected is not a polyline. Do you want to turn it into one? The answer is yes. Then I'm going to do a right button and join. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a window around the entire house. And I'm going to say enter to accept. I see, looking right here, that it says, do I want to open the polyline, which means I in fact have now created a closed polyline, so I'm going to hit enter to accept. Now, when I was taking this one entity and joining it into a polyline, you might have noticed that I put a window around the entire house, and you also might have noticed that when we joined them, that this line did not join the polyline. The reason for that is that whenever you have line segments that you want to join into a polyline, the endpoints must touch. And since the endpoints for this line did not touch the polyline entity, that's the reason why this did not join the polyline. So I'm going to hit escape. I'm going to go into offset for 6 inches, pick on the house, go in, Control S to save. I noticed that I had my running OSNAP on. I'm going to turn that off right now. Now again, what we need to remember is that we have lines and polylines here, so I want to explode this geometry so that it becomes line segments as opposed to polylines themselves. Okay, so I'm going to save the file. The first thing I now want to do is to figure out, where do I begin? I have no idea. This is so much information. What do I do? So I'm just going to choose a point and start from there. One of the ones that looks easier for me at this point is to start working on the garage, because I already have these lines here, and you can see if you look at the handout that they will turn into the walls over here. So I'm going to extend to this wall and do a crossing right here. So I've now extended these lines to the wall, and again, what I want to do is to clean up as I go. You need to remember that the client can call you at any time and say, I need to see a progress document, and so by cleaning up as you go, it just makes your life easier. So I'm going to go into trim. These will be my cutting edges. Enter to say I'm done. I'm going to go F enter and pick a fence that goes across there, and then F enter or F space bar and pick up to there, and Control S to save. Now let's go, I'd like to start working on this area right through here, and you can see that I have a distance of 10 foot 9.5 from this wall to the equal wall over there. So I'm going to offset by 10 foot 9.5. I'm going to read the dimension strings, pick here and here. If it's 10 foot 9.5 from this, the top side to the top side, it's similarly 10 foot 9.5 up to there. I can see that this garage wall will be coming up to here, so I'm going to fill it, pick, space bar, pick, TR space bar, trim, enter, pick, and save the file. Now, this line up here was from my living room wall. I'm just going to trim it down here so that I don't get confused with what I want to be doing down here. I can see that it's 9 foot 2.5 inches from the outside face to the left, and if it's 9 foot 2 from the right face to the right face, I'm going to pick and go to the left over here. I'm now going to fill it to clean this up, and Control S to save, TR space bar, and clean this intersection up over here. When I look at my furnace area, I can see that it's 2 foot 3.5, so O space bar for offset, 2 foot 3.5. And again, I pay attention to the handout, so I'm seeing that this is going from the right side of the wall to the right side over here, space bar to stop, space bar to repeat, 6 inches, pick and go to the left. I can see that it's 3 foot 6 from the upper face here to the upper face of the wall that's going to be going here, so offset by 3 foot 6. And I'm going to go top down, bottom down, TR, and then I could just pick this, trim, clean this up, pick here, Control S to save. Now I want to make sure that my dimensions are correct, so I'm just going to do a linear dimension, turn my running O snap on, from the end of here to the end over here, and I can see that it's 2 foot 3.5, so I see that echoing on the screen. I'm just going to hit escape to clean it up, and then I'm going to hit the space bar to repeat the dimension linear command from the inside face here to the wall up here. 3 foot 6, it's fine. Now, if I look at the opening though in this area, what I can see in fact is that there is not a wall in this point, but there's going to be a closet over here on the left. So I'm going to offset by 2 foot 10. I'm going to pick and go to the left, enter to stop, enter to repeat by 6 inches, pick and go to the right, and then I'm going to extend. I'm just going to type in EX space bar for extend up to here, these guys, and then fill it, Control S to save, TR for trim, enter, and so I'm picking what I want to have go away. For fun, I'm now just going to go back to extend up to here and extend these lines, so I can now come back, go into trim, do a crossing, and get rid of the parts that I want to have go away so I can save the file. While I'm here in the laundry room area, I'm going to go on and offset some doors. Our typical door thickness for this project will be 2 foot 6 with a 3-inch jamb behind the doors. So I'm going to go O space bar for offset, 3 inches, pick, enter to stop, enter to repeat, 2 foot 6, pick and go. I'm then going to extend. I can either click or type in EX space bar, extend to these entities, TR space bar, trim, pick, and then come back here and trim it again. Again, sometimes AutoCAD, when you do the crossing, doesn't always get the entity, and you have to go back and pick it again. I'm now going to offset by 2 foot 4.5, 2 foot 4.5. Pick on this wall, go to the right, enter to stop, enter to repeat, 36 inches. I'm going to go move, so I went M space bar, arbitrary point, make sure ortho's on, pick it up, TR space bar, crossing. I just pick over this, Control S, zoom extents so I can see my file. And we've gotten the block out done for our foyer closet. We have the furnace area, the laundry room, and the kitchen blocked out. We're making good progress. Control S to save.